It's finally the big day. We're heading off on our first road trip.
Travelogues with Bob and Dogs. Travelogues with Bob and Dogs. Travelogues with Bob and Dogs. Travelogues with Bob and Dogs.
That was about 15,000 bucks right there, that new ending to the opening credits. But with the massive revenue streams from these videos, I figure it's time to pour some back in. We are headed for Vermont, and we're headed for Vermont because it's only 100 miles away. And if this turns out to be a disaster, we can just bail and head for home. I am excited and nervous. Where's Darla? Darla. There's Bruno. Come here, Bru. Hello, good evening, and welcome to another exciting episode of Travelogues with Bob and Dogs. We are in beautiful Groton State Forest at a campground. Right behind me is Groton Lake, Lake Groton. 23 bucks a night for me, $1 a piece for the dogs. I'm gonna get my money back on that Airstream in no time. Today, we climbed Owl's Head, which is a 1,900-foot mountain. We mostly drove up, but we did a little bit of a hike. And forgot to bring the camera. So, it's really nice, except for the chainsaw. It's been really, really quiet here. And waterfront. And later on, we're gonna go fishing. Every one of these campsites comes with a gorgeous fire pit. So I said, this is too good. I got my little camper chair, so I'm gonna go buy some firewood. So I went up to the front desk and said, let me buy some firewood. And they said, okay, $6. I had 4 singles and a $50 bill, because I went to get cash at the bank. They gave me 50s for some reason. And she said, oh, I'm sorry, we don't take any bills larger than $20. And it's like, is this 1975? Whoa, easy there, Mr. Rockefeller with a $20 bill. Anyway, no fire for me. I put the little camp chair back, but later we're gonna go fishing. The dogs are very sad because they're inside and I'm outside. Okay, we're on our way to the dock, where we're going to try fishing for the first time in 15 years. What we're doing here basically is boondocking. And what that means is there are no hookups. So there's no water and no electricity. So we're living totally on our own systems. The one thing they do have is a bathroom, which is good because my next trip is going to be to the dealership to get all the electrical issues squared away, and I really don't want to have to pump the tank out over 2 days. So, of course, number one's no problem. I just go outside. First fish in 15 years. Stop. It's coming out. Okay. going home in a minute. Well, we're on our way home. I'm going to call it a successful trip. We were completely self-sufficient, almost, except the bathroom. And we had a good time, and I love Vermont. It's beautiful. I haven't found an ugly part of it yet. And looking forward to being home, where the electricity works. So I'd like to mention I'm plenty pleased with the Airstream. The systems, for the most part, performed really, really well. And it's really comfortable. It was breezy and cool, so we had all the doors open and all the screens down, and it was really a nice and comfortable place to lounge. I'm really pleased with it. You remember I told you we went to the top of Owl's Head. Well, to get there, you have to drive up this dirt road. And we're driving along up the dirt road, and down the road towards us comes this couple on bikes with their stupid bicycle hats and their douchey pants. I want to be a nice guy, so I pull over to the side of the road and slow down to a crawl, and as they go by, I wave, and the guy yells, "No RVs!" And it's like, to be fair, there's a sign at the bottom that says no buses or RVs. But I took that to mean that if you have a gigantic vehicle, you're going to be taking up a bunch of valuable parking spaces and maybe stopping people from turning around in a small parking lot, which is exactly the case. It's a small parking lot. Bear in mind, this thing is tiny. It takes up the exact same number of parking spaces as a Prius. 1. And the Ranger I asked directions from apparently had the same understanding, because I was inside my van asking for directions, and she gave me the directions, so I guess we both understand. So, Karen, thanks for showing what it looks like to have absolutely no common sense whatsoever. Remember, wash your plastic bicycle clothes more often because you smell worse than you think, and ride in single file for once in your life. Special thanks this week goes to Peter Bjorkness, whose artwork you're going to see in pretty soon, next. He's a great designer, and he made this thing for me 3 months ago, and I couldn't figure out how to get it open. So it's only getting into the videos now. So without further ado, take it away, Peter.